Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Warriors Orochi 3 Ultimate. I'm your host, Rihanna Bahamut, and last time we gave the middle finger to the space-time continuum and saved Zhang from a messy demise. We also recruited another new face, Zhu Shu, who appeared right the hell out of nowhere. Now we get to wave goodbye to Sima from the permaslot, as Zhu Shu and his WTF physics coat have arrived to take his place. And since we finally have a character that will most likely stick around for more than one chapter, I think it's time I made good on my promise to talk about the Blacksmith back in episode 1. First, we can buy new weapons. Weapon rank is determined by the stars next to the weapon's name, and higher stars equals better stats and look more badass. The big star weapons, however, follow their own sets of rules. As you can see, the Turbidity Blade has only 8 attack power, and the 1-star weapon has 7, and the 2-star weapon has 10, so that makes it weaker than what I can buy, and yet it is 10 times more expensive and costs crystals, which are very rare if you don't abuse dual mode. The reason is these weapons follow the Magikarp rule of power gain. They start out terrible, but as you kill enemies, the compatibility bar fills up, and it gets stronger. Most weapons get around plus 10 to 15 from maxing out the compatibility bar, but big star weapons get around plus 64, easily making them some of the most powerful weapons in the game, and they are available from Chapter 1. Now, I mainly use the sword to find attributes to upgrade my weapons in Weapon Fusion. Weapon Fusion is fairly simple. Pick the weapon that you want the new attributes put onto, choose the sacrificial weapon, rip what makes that weapon special out of it, and then discard the empty husk. As you can see, I've already been upgrading Zhu Shu's big star weapon. Several of these attributes won't be sticking around for long. Main attributes I wanted on it are Wind, which lets me hit through guard with charge attacks, Harmony, which raises the rate the compatibility bar fills, and Slay, which one-shots foot soldiers and does percentage HP damage to officers with charge attacks. So it kinda kicks ass. Finally, we have craft materials, which we won't really be messing with until I decide to actually do gauntlet mode, selling crap not worth fusing, and lottery. We get lottery tickets randomly after battles and give us a bunch of free random weapons. Usually not worth using till around Chapter 4 when you actually get weapons worth using. Now enough tutorializing. Whoops. Let's kick off the Battle of Dong Kou with our team of Zhu Shu, Zhang, Liao, and Sakon, Shima. So, basic summary in fewer words than this guy uses. Hanbei was originally at Dong Kou, but went to Odawara Castle after it fell under siege and pretty much left the place under the command of Kanbei Kuroda. Something happened, Dong Kou fell, and everyone died. And now we are going back in time to try and fix everything. And either that text is really summarizing what is being said, or this narrator is being extremely eloquent because it takes 15 seconds for the narration for these 3 lines to actually be said in their entirety. Oh god, someone wake up the voice actors, the scene is rolling!
敵は南岸に本陣を置き、船を使って攻め手を送り込んでいます。また、敵陣に妖魔の姿は見えません。早急に敵前線を撃滅。あとは渡河する敵を格好撃破すればよい。相手は人間であろう。それでも戦うと申されるのか。世の状況を鑑みるのだな。 攻め来る者は敵とみなし排除すべきだ。
行ってみよ
う。安兵衛、起きよ、安兵衛。
勘兵衛殿も生きてる。
不明瞭な発言だ。
説明するにはちょっといろいろ面倒なんだよね。いてててててててて。
礼。K は小田原城に向かうのではなかったか。
ああ、それやめたんだ。さ、行こ
う。敵は南岸に本体を置いている。許可を待ち、上陸直後を狙い撃て。用まではないようだが、降りかかる災いは払わねばなるまい。
This is probably my favorite mission story-wise in Chapter 1. Gameplay-wise, it is kind of annoying. We are up against Jiashu's army, who is residing across the river, and we are not allowed to cross said river. Instead, we have to wait for them to come to us. So we get to play Firefighter and try to put out any enemy flames before they can cause us problems. Our first fire is to help Dang Ai perform his boulder attack on these two officers. Doing so will automatically kill them and their soldiers, but that means missing out on whatever they drop, so instead I am going to kill them before that can even happen. And now we just have to kill the few officers on our side of the river and wait for whatever new event has to happen. And the first bit of intrigue has shown up with Ginshio Tachibana apparently helping our enemies. Now Jiashu is a bit of a dirty bastard, and we do have Mind Controller Kiyomori running around, so there is still a possibility of Jiashu's army helping the demon army. However, we have seen no sign of Kiyomori, and they aren't talking like Yukimura was a Yi Ling, so the odds of them being mind controlled are pretty low. Also, the Ginshio Tachibana from the previous two Warriors Orochi games would never willingly help out the demon army, so something is definitely screwy about this situation. Of course, it could be like the situation in the first Warriors Orochi game, where a good deal of the cast were being coerced into fighting for the demon army due to their loved ones being held hostage, and Ginshio's husband was recently brought into the Orochi series, so that is a possibility. I'd also bring up that after each of the Orochi games, everyone pretty much goes back to their usual fighting to take over the world shtick, which is probably part of the reason why Kanbei is so willing to fight human opponents, but 8-headed Godzillas are usually pretty good at making people unite against a common enemy. And I have managed to go on a fairly long spurgy rant, and Ginshio still hasn't managed to cross the river, so we can continue this plot. This is kind of what I was talking about, with the mission being very event-driven rather than being driven by my murderous rampage across the battlefield. While I do like the plot of this mission, it has a tendency to make me just stand around killing minions until I actually have an officer to charge at. And now Huang Gai has joined the party, which is really edging out the possibility that they are working for the demon army. In his series, he is a very honorable warrior and would never help out the demons. Also, Ginshio just called us demon servants. I have a very bad feeling that we are dealing with some disinformation. And there we have the enemy scheme. They tricked Jiashu into thinking we were working for the demon army, and since they were against Kanbei Kuroda, who has no qualms about fighting humans as long as he saw them as a threat, we would kill each other and then they could just sweep in and mop up any remaining survivors. Although I guess we were kind of asking for it since we were leaving Two-Face in command. At least he didn't send the army off to go and kill the Batman. Overall, it's a pretty decent plan. Jiashu is a crafty bastard, and while there is a chance of him not being completely fooled into thinking we were with the demon army, he could also completely overthink it and assume because we don't seem like we are with the demon army, that must mean it's a trick and we are with the demon army. Huangai and Gincho are also both hot-blooded enough to not really listen to reason once the battle started. And on our side, we have Two-Face, who doesn't give a rat's ass as long as they are pointing swords at us, and Zhu Huang and Deng Ai are the loyal, follow orders no matter what types. Hanbei, however, is none of these types of people, and obviously is really leery of how this battle is going, and is the type to actually talk to his opponent to try and figure out what is going on. And in a move to really drive home the idea that either side is working for the demons, they attack both sides of the river with small units to make everyone think, crap, they really are working with the demon army! Not sure why Daji decided to send out the one person she seems to give a rat's ass about, other than Orochi, to do this, but then again Himiko needs to get introduced somehow. And for a quick rundown on Himiko's character, she was introduced in Warriors Orochi 2 and is the one person Kiyomori and Daji needed to revive Orochi. It's not really said how Himiko met Daji and why she got so attached to her, but it is pretty apparent that she cares a lot for Daji and is willing to do whatever she can to help her. She fights using these big statues that float around her head by dancing around and making them spray out bullets like a Toho boss. Her Musou also kicks like a mule, so despite being like 12, she is one of the more dangerous enemies we will face on the battlefield. And now that we have finished off the first set of demon reinforcements, we enter into the part of the fight that normally sucks a lot. Currently, Jashu is making to move across the river to our side and will soon be followed by Himiko. Now the goal of this part is to get Hanbei to talk to Jashu so they can sort out these shenanigans and put a stop to the scheme. The problem is actually getting Hanbei over to him in a decent amount of time. Now, I got really lucky this time around. Normally, I reach the demon army down near the boats where they started before they can move up. This means that Hanbei usually gets stuck down there with me fighting the demon army, and is usually there when Himiko arrives, meaning he sticks around for that fight too. Now, Hanbei actually has a sort of set route he follows for reaching Jashu and assumes that he starts in the upper rightish area on the map. This means that usually for me, he ends up going along the path on the far right of the map and ends up pretty much circling the giant black square in that area. And he also gets easily distracted by any foot soldiers he comes across. He then slowly makes his way to the middle shore where Jashu hangs out fighting some of our foot soldiers that for some reason did not show up this time around. All said and done, this process usually takes about 5 minutes where I have to sit on my ass, twiddling my thumbs, waiting for Hanbei to actually move it over there. This time, however, there is no fighting going on to distract Hanbei, and he decides instantly to head over in Josh's direction and actually takes the shorter route to reach him. I only wish I knew what I did right this time, but I am definitely not going to complain about the AI making things move faster for me. And now we get to watch a group of 3 men viciously attack a little girl with axes and a giant sword. And then said little girl almost kills me with her Musou attack. Seriously, don't mess with Himiko, she can fuck you up easily. And remember, she isn't the mission boss, so she doesn't get their huge damage boost. If she was, odds are this would have been a reset. While we were handling the world's deadliest middle schooler, Hanbei and Jashu have almost reached each other. Normally about this point I'd be sitting near Jiaxu for about 4 minutes waiting on Hanbei.
ちょっと落ち着いて話し合おうよ。
話が通じる人がいてくれたか。ダッキに偽の情報をつかまされたようでね。あんたたちをダッキの仲間だと思っていた。いやー、面目ない。
Even though we have been trying to kill each other all day, and I have managed to kill more than 500 people on their side, a simple "my bad" from Jiaxu and everything is all peachy. And finally, Daji has appeared on the field so we can get a bit of a revenge for her ploys.
芝生殿が上田城の救援に成功しました。
歴史は必ず変えられる。さ、俺たちも張り切っていこう。
I like the little details of the news of our victories and other battles going on at the same time being brought up by the characters. It just ups that feeling of accomplishment when you see it being brought up by the others. Now I'm just finishing off filling the triple strike gauge so I can really show Daji how I feel about her. And nothing says I have great dislike for your forces and your management of them like space lasers! And as much as I may scream bloody murder at Daji, she is probably my favorite of the Orochi villains because she has some actual interesting plans. This whole mission is based around actual knowledge of Jiaxu and Kanbei as characters and using that against them, and is a pretty believable reason on why they all got killed here. Orochi barely shows his face in the games outside of the final battles normally, so he doesn't have much of a character outside of evil! And Kiyomori is pretty bland too in my opinion. And with that, we have overcome Daji's crafty schemes.
まんまとダッキにはめられるとはね。飛車気取りで足元を救われては世話がない。
官兵衛殿も角さんも腹黒いからな。そこを疲れちゃったんだよ。ま、これからは俺がいるから安心してくれていいよ。
今は人間同士で争っている場合ではないな。
立花も協力しよう。この困難に立ち向かい、打ち破るためにな。
And now we have 6 new characters join our team, which is going to give me hell in the next Why the Hell Do We Care episode.
上田城と道光は確保できたけど、小田原城はまだがっちり包囲されてるね。もう少し騒いで見せる必要があるかな。
なら、俺たちは呪春へ軍を進めるか。我らは長篠に進もう。
そうしてもらえるとありがたいな。その隙に俺が小田原城を取ってみせるよ。じゃ、よろしく。
Of course, the chapter can't be only 4 battles long, so we have 2 more areas to disrupt before we can seize Odawara Castle. Not that I'm complaining, mind you. More people to kill and characters to recruit is all I need to start sweeping a battlefield. Although, hopefully not this many characters again. I now have to cram 8 characters into the next Why the Hell Do We Care episode, but I'm the one who decided to do all that extra work, so I guess I shouldn't complain. Next time, we are heading off to Shochun Castle to further disrupt the demon forces and hopefully find some friendly faces. I'm Rihanna Bahamut, and I hope to see you all again next time.